Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. All right, now some quick sports. Last night, the Knicks lost to the Pistons 103-106. The Knicks still lead the series 3-2. The Nuggets beat the Clippers 131-115. Denver leads that series 3-2. The Magic up out of here. Celtics beat them 120-89. And the Bucks up out of here. Pacers beat them 119-118. All right, what up, Morgan?
Did you shout out the Pistons? Did you shout the Pistons out for beating the Knicks?
I did say Detroit beat the Knicks.
I'm just making sure.
I heard it. You heard me say it too.
You kind of sped by that one.
You heard me say it too.
Yeah, you kind of sped by that one. Salute to Detroit. You know what I mean? What up, though?
And now you're a Detroit fan. What up, Dad? I'm
just giving them respect. Y'all can still win the series.
I shouted them out already. Good morning, Morgan. Morgan!
Yes, somebody got to do it. Front page news. Let's get into it. Okay, so President Trump marked his first 100 days in office yesterday with a rally at Macomb Community College in Warren, Michigan, which is just north of Detroit. What up, though? The president claimed his first 100 days are the most successful among any administration ever, adding that he's just getting started. Let's take a listen.
This is the best, they say, 100-day start of any president in history, and everyone is saying it. We've just gotten started. You haven't even seen anything yet. It's all just kicking in. In 100 days, we have delivered the most profound change in Washington in nearly 100 years. I read an editorial today that this is the most consequential presidency in history. How about that?
I don't know who the they is. Like, who's the they that's saying that? Because there's conservatives that aren't saying that. There's economists that aren't saying that. There's a lot of people that are saying that.
The polls are not saying that.
The polls aren't saying that. Like, who's they?
It's giving.
People's pockets ain't saying that. Okay.
Period.
Prices at the grocery stores ain't saying that.
Speaking of which, he also spoke about lowering of inflation and ending what he called transgender insanity. Trump criticized new efforts by some Democrats to impeach him, saying judges ruling against his administration are obstructing the enforcement of U.S. law. Now, Trump went on to say that the Democratic Party has gone, quote, totally crazy and have lost their confidence while drawing chants from the Michigan crowd supporting a third term. Now, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, he had a different take on Trump's first 100 days, saying that it's been 100 days of hell, in fact. Meanwhile, switching gears, former First Lady Michelle Obama says fears for immigrants under Trump's administration keeps her up at night. She made the comments on the On Purpose podcast with Jay Shetty, where she said his foreign policies frighten her. She worries for the people of color all over this country. Let's hear more from Michelle Obama.
And now that we have leadership that is sort of indiscriminately determining who belongs and who doesn't, and we know that those decisions aren't being made with courts and with due process, and I don't know that we will have the advocates to protect everybody. And that frightens me. It keeps me up at night.
It's your take. She says she drives around L.A. Looking at the faces of folks who could be a victim and wonders how they feel. First 100 days, how y'all feel?
Oh, well, first of all, Michelle ain't driving nowhere. She needs to stop that. Okay.
She meant getting driven. That's what she meant, getting driven.
Right. You're not driving around nowhere. But I will say this. It's funny that he's still leaning on the trans thing because the trans thing don't matter no more. That won you the election, but now you have to govern and you have to keep promises. And you know what people really don't like identifying as? Broke. Okay, folks need that paper. You told them that you was going to make the economy better, and you have done the exact opposite in 100 days.
Yeah, well, we'll get into that more at 7 a.m. as House Republicans are working on his, quote, big, beautiful bill. So y'all stick around for front page news.
All right, we'll see you next hour. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get back to some front page news. Now, NBA playoffs last night. Pistons beat the Knicks 106-103. Knicks lead the series 3-2. Nuggets beat the Clippers 131-115. Denver leads that series 3-2. Celtics got the Magic up out of there. And the Pacers got the Bucks up out of there last night. What up, Morgan?
Hey, DJ MV, Charlamagne, Jess Hilarious, and Lauren. How y'all feeling? We good?
Hey, girl, we good.
Oh. All right, let's get back into it. So House Republicans are working to craft what President Trump calls the big, beautiful bill. Now, House Speaker Mike Johnson, he spoke more about the projected deadline and pushed back against Democrats claiming the bill cuts important social services. Let's take a listen to those comments from House Speaker Mike Johnson.
We're going to get it done by Memorial Day. Send it over there. They take a few weeks to work through that. We merge this together, we get it to the president's desk quickly for signature, and you will see the results. We are going to preserve the programs. We're not gutting Medicaid. We're going to reduce fraud, waste, and abuse, which every single American should be applauding.
Yeah, so the budget reconciliation measure that would implement much of his spending agenda. The bill would extend 2017 tax cuts and keep Trump's promise to expand them. The tax plan also, the House Republicans are also pushing that tax plan with $5 trillion in breaks, $2 trillion in cuts, and $5 trillion and a $5 trillion debt ceiling hike. So I'll keep you guys posted on what happens as a result of that bill. We'll see what happens with that spending bill. In other news on Capitol Hill, I actually really love this story. The only Black all-female unit that served in Europe, World War II, has been awarded with a Congressional Gold Medal. Descendants from the family of the 6888 Central Postal Directory Battalion were given the highest civilian honor Congress can bestow for their work processing some 17 million pieces of mail in 3 months during the war. Now, House Speaker Mike Johnson and House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries came together to deliver remarks yesterday. Let's take a listen to those comments.
They didn't have all the high-tech gadgets that we have today. They had to do it manually. Processing roughly 65,000 pieces of mail per shift, they cleared the entire backlog in no less than 3 months. That's right.
These fiercely passionate, patriotic, and persistent members of the Women's Army Corps deployed knowing that they would confront the dual challenges of racism and sexism at the hands of their own military.
Yeah, so they had 6 months to do the job, and they completed the job in 3. The story of the 6888 was recently retold in a Tyler Perry Netflix film starring Kerry Washington as Lieutenant Colonel Charity Adams, who's served as the highest-ranking Black woman officer at that time.
Well, and salute the legendary Nicole Avant, for amplifying that story with that series that you just mentioned, Morgan, the 6888 on Netflix. Because I'm sure they would have been honored without that series, but I also know that series, helped, amplify that story of those people. So salute to them.
Absolutely, long overdue. Can we get a clues bomb?
Absolutely.
All right, and to wrap things up, speaking of women, send a woman to do it. Former Vice President Kamala Harris, she will be giving her first major speech today since losing her White House bid. She'll be speaking at Emerge, an organization that works to put Democratic women in office in San Francisco on Wednesday. This is happening today. A person familiar with the event says Harris will take aim at President Trump's economic policies and his influence on American institutions. Harris is expected to decide on whether she will run for California governor by the end of this summer. So what do you guys think? Harris back in the fold, in the mix, or take a little bit of an extended break?
I think she's back in the mix.
I honestly would like to see her take more of an extended break. Honestly, I think she deserves it. But I mean, she could do whatever she wants to do. But I think after the exhausting 107 days, what I would really like to see her do? Sit back and get some money. Honestly, what I mean?
Write a book
put out
and
a
go on
book.
tour. Yeah, absolutely.
Put out a book. I don't know. Maybe start some type of podcast. Like I really like to see her sit back.
Are you trying to
and
plug
get some money?
that? I know that's right. Plug that Black Effect, Charlamagne. You trying?
Yeah. No. I haven't done anything with her, but I would love to see her sit back and get some money. Though I really do. Mean.
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up there. So that's your front page news. Follow me on social at Morgan Media. And for more news coverage, follow at Black Information Network. Download the free iHeartRadio app and visit us at BINnews.com. Thank y'all. Make it an amazing Wednesday.
All right. Thank you, Morgan.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.